So, how many times are you planning on playing Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? Once? Or maybe 5 times? Hell, probably as long as you can enjoy it. Hold on, assuming you will enjoy it. What do you mean, Mr. Unleashed? Well, from what we know so far, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will have DLC for the game post-launch. But what happens in the meantime? So let's talk about the challenges in the area of replayability for the game and how they can be fixed. Welcome to Mr. Unleashed World. How many more Justice League members can be added as DLC? So many more. But this is not what we are seeing with the game. We have the main core of Justice League members that are the bad guys in this case without Wonder Woman. Once the game is over, you start the game over again just to fight the same boss battles, but how many times are you willing to go through the same sequences? Rocksteady should definitely take notice in this category and not focus all on adding villains to Task ForceX to play, but also add some fresh villains to fight as well through the DLC story, if possible. It could be more characters that join Justice League after defeating the core members, or some new powerful games that need to be stopped that's causing trouble in Metropolis. There are so many ways you can add to the game storyline with more Justice League villains to keep the gamers coming back. And this should be a key note to Rocksteady. As soon as we think of Task Force X and how many villains can be added to the game, the mind run wild. I want to add all kind of players to the game as DLC without putting too much thought in how the characters will look in the game, or how the game movement would be consistent with the base movement of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, being a looter shooter. I came across an article that explained this perfectly. Killer Croc was the example in the article, and data miners found that Killer Croc could be a DLC character. In theory, yes, this sounds awesome, but as a looter shooter, I can't see Killer Croc jumping around like King Shark and shooting a gun, but they did make King Shark do it. But in this case, it's just out of place for the game and the character, unless they try to redo him in a different light to fit the narrative, in which I wouldn't want to test that theory just because we know how that came out with Poison Ivy. So certain DLC characters can be added, but you want to make sure that their fighting style and the movement will fit inside the looter shooter game genre. If not, then those villains can feel off or out of place playing the game, and that hurts the replayability for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game as a whole. Suicide Squad is able to be played solo or with the team. Now, playing alone is not a bad feeling, but you can tell the game is made for multiplayer, and you can imagine playing with your friends or family, controlling the other team members that you take on missions. It's more enjoyable and better than playing with NPC teammates all the time that will have a pre-programmed response to situations. Now, playing this game solo do allow you to switch between the Task Force X members before doing a mission, which gives you the experience of playing with a different playstyle within the group. If Rocksteady haven't implemented public lobbies though, then they should definitely look into doing so, because this will help the gamers who do not have a team to play with. The public lobby feature helped Gotham Knights when they added Heroic Assault. People was able to drop in and drop out as they please. And this kind of feature can benefit Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game. And public lobbies of people will be able to team up and play the game will help with replayability for the game as well. But above all else, Rocksteady will need to make sure that this game is replayable on multiple levels, because the game has been in the works for a long time. And if the game is only good for 1 or 2 playthroughs, then it would be a waste of time for both the community and the devs to a certain extent. Welcome to Mr. Unleashed World.